Fog. Darkness. A gas lamp flickers. The year is 1888, and London's East End is choking with poverty, crime, and fear. A shadow stalks the alleys of Whitechapel. Women vanish, screams echo, and by morning, bodies are found, butchered with surgical precision. This is Jack the Ripper's hunting ground, the killer who taunted the police, mocked the papers, and somehow was never caught. But what if the world's greatest detective had walked these streets? What if Sherlock Holmes, cold, brilliant, relentless, had been called in to solve the case? To find out what happens, we need to go there. You stand in a damp alley. Police officers shuffle nervously, unsure what to do. And then, Holmes arrives, long coat brushing the cobblestones, magnifying glass in hand. The cops mutter about a lunatic with a knife, but Holmes shakes his head. "Look closer," he whispers. The wounds aren't random. They're precise, almost surgical. And immediately, Holmes sees what no one else does. Jack the Ripper isn't some drunken madman. He might be a doctor or a butcher, someone trained with a blade. Already, the game has changed. The police chase false leads, searching every tavern and brothel. But Holmes? He watches patterns. The murders happen late at night, always within walking distance, and always with eerie precision. But while Scotland Yard drowns in theories, Holmes focuses on details. Which direction the killer must have escaped, what type of knife could carve wounds like this, and why the Ripper writes taunting letters. Every clue screams, this man is organized, intelligent, dangerous, and that makes him even harder to catch. Luckily, Holmes isn't alone. Watson is by his side, and Watson, being a doctor, understands the medical precision of the cuts. Together, they cross names off the suspect list. And for the first time, the police investigation has direction. But here's the twist. The closer Holmes gets, the bolder the Ripper becomes. New letters arrive, new bodies appear, and it feels less like a hunt and more like a duel. Now picture this. The Ripper reading about Sherlock Holmes in the morning paper, realizing the only man who might catch him is now on his trail. Would he taunt Holmes directly? Would he send a bloody note to Baker Street? This isn't just London's nightmare anymore. It's predator versus detective, shadow versus logic. Holmes pushes deeper into Whitechapel's underworld, interrogating criminals, staking out alleys, setting traps. And every step closer, the danger grows. So here's the burning question. Could Sherlock Holmes have solved the case? The truth is, even he might have struggled. Forensics back then were primitive. No DNA, no modern fingerprinting. Even Holmes would have had only his mind to rely on. But remember this, history shows the Ripper was nearly caught multiple times. And with Holmes's unmatched logic and Watson's medical insight, the odds of capture skyrocket. The greatest criminal of the 19th century, cornered by the greatest detective who never existed. So what if Sherlock Holmes investigated Jack the Ripper? Maybe the Ripper's name would be known. Maybe Whitechapel's streets would have been safer. Or maybe it would have been the one case even Holmes couldn't solve. And that's the chilling part, because in our reality, Jack the Ripper walked away. But in Holmes' reality, history itself might look very different.